in a circle of friends. We have one Father in a circle of friends. We share this prayer that every orphan soul will know and all will enter in to the shelter of this circle of friends.
Kime, first, let me thank you for opening your home and being willing to open your heart. And you know, you got a beautiful home, and looking around at you and the kids here, it looks like from all outward appearances y'all are doing great, but I know it's not been easy. It's been 6 months since Tina's death, and the challenges and changes that has brought to your life these last 6 months, we couldn't begin to comprehend what you guys have experienced or gone through. And I know, because of having sort of had a common experience like that, that there had to be some times that you've just panicked a little bit about these changes and whether or not you were going to be able to handle all of this without Tina's help. So just tell me a little bit about some of those moments of fear.
Well, I think the first time that really I had a sinking feeling of fear was when Tina had been having trouble with indigestion, we thought, for quite some time, months and months. And it finally got to the point where she wasn't able to eat or swallow the way she needed to, so we had to take further steps to find out what was wrong. We went to a doctor and had a scope done. When he came back out, he told me Tina was still kind of loopy from the drugs, and she didn't really catch on, but he told me, I see a thickening in there that concerns me. And so I did a biopsy. Well, you know, you hear biopsy, that's scary. Then he sent us for an MRI. It was on a Friday afternoon, 5:30 Friday afternoon when we got finished. So that meant we had to wait the whole weekend to find out what the biopsy was going to show. There was fear in me that whole weekend because I knew the doctor, and I could tell that he was very concerned. I knew that he wasn't, I knew him and I could read him, unlike some doctors, so I knew when he said there was a problem that he was concerned about, that it could be really bad. When he called us, he said, "Come to my office." That's when the fear really sunk in. When he said, "Come to my office" at 6 o'clock on a Monday evening, we knew he was going to give us bad news. One of the first things that overwhelmed me, an outpouring from people in our church that overwhelmed me, was when people decided just to start gathering at the end of our driveway and praying for Tina. And they called me ahead of time and they said, "We don't want you to come outside. We don't want you to feel like you have to make an appearance. We'd love for you to look out there and just feel comfort in the fact that we're there. But we're just going to come out at the end of your driveway and we're going to start praying for Tina, and we're just going to show up every now and then, and we may call you and warn you a little bit ahead of time." But that was amazing to me, and it was a witness to my neighbors. It was a witness to my family. It was just an incredible thing. And one of the things I had to learn about friends is to say yes. Your first inclination when people came and asked me several times, "Can we rake your leaves during the fall? Can we clean up your yard?" And I would say, "No, I'll take care of it." No. Well, finally I had to learn, you need to say yes. And somebody finally told me, "Kime, you're keeping some people from a blessing by not allowing them to do the nice things that they want to do for you, and you're keeping yourself from a blessing too." And yeah, so things like meals and raking leaves, and you know, you almost feel guilty that they're doing that, but those people wanted to do that, and we needed it.
Having been in that position myself, having lost a wife, and have the dawning reality now that I have the responsibility of being a single parent. In my case, I only had one child. You got 3 kids, and you know, I think even the most optimistic person looks at that and just has to be a little panicked for you. A man, of all things, you know, women can do a great job as a mom and seem to do okay even as a single parent, not easy. But a man raising 3 kids, that had to be another moment of fear in your life.
It came in the form of an overwhelming feeling, and that's what, even now, I still battle that at times. I'm learning to deal with the housework and the things. There were so many things that Tina made look so easy that aren't easy for me. They're becoming easier. Yeah, the fear of doing it all alone, of the fear of when things come up with our kids that she handled so well, and I can't talk to her about those things anymore. That's a fearful time. It's fearful when there's an issue at school with one of the kids, and she just always dealt with those things so well. Not that I didn't, but I always had her right there with me. She was half of me, and half of my support, and half of my decision making, and half of my knowledge, and all of that's gone, and that's very fearful.
Where's some places you've turned? What has been some source of strength or helped you battle that fear?
One of the things that God has used more than anything else is just surrounding me with family and friends that will just are constantly checking on me. It's been 6 months now, as you said, and people are still always calling me, always sending me emails, always making offers, always asking about the kids and about myself, and it just hasn't stopped, and I've needed it. I don't know how anybody can go through this without their faith in God and a church family. I know people do, or maybe they make it okay, I don't know, but to me that's a scary thought, to think of all the things that we went through without all of that. I think it would have been depressing, and I just think it would have been horrible. It was bad enough as it was, but all of that made it so much more bearable, and always brought to mind that God's still there. No matter what happens, God's still there. He's still going to take care of you. He still loves you. He shows you through people every day, and so I can't imagine what it would have been like without.
Lord, we've known times just like this.
Have your way
Have your way
in this place.
here in this place.
Holy Spirit, come do as you wish.
We are changed.